Right, listen up. We're going to have some poetry now, so if anybody's talking next to you, just tell them to be quiet for a bit. Our next artist is going to do 2 poems from her pen. She's never been here before. She's all the way from, she took EasyJet from Toxteth to the town centre. She looked a little bit surprised when she told me her name. She's named after a very, very famous but very underground folk singer. She's not, she's brilliant. Annie Briggs is fantastic. But Annie Briggs, you don't need to know the story of Annie Briggs. If anybody wants to know, I'll tell you in the grapes later, but it's a great story. Anyway, we have our very own Annie Briggs. So ladies and gentlemen, with 2 poems, make her very welcome. She's never done this before for us here at the Monday Club. Annie Briggs, come on!
For anybody who's got a Scouse mum, a Scouse auntie or a Scouse gran. It's called the Mersey Mafia.
Hey.
The Mersey Mafia in quilted anoraks, machine gun bullets straight from the lips. Are you pregnant, or was that just another layer of fat that's hanging from your hips? They own court at family parties, sneaking whiskey from their own bottle, cost a taxi, cost a bomb. Auntie Doris, known as Dolly, Auntie Kathleen, and Auntie Jean, she's the eldest, the Don. Auntie Dolly's only got 1 tooth. The rest of her mouth is just empty space. Me dad calls her one eater, but never to her face. He says she works in a bakery, using a tooth to crimp the edges of the pies. But then there's something murderous in Auntie Dolly's eyes. She's got one eye going to chippy, and the other coming back with the change. But she fixes you with a stare that would stun an assassin at close range. Auntie Kathleen's known as bin-lid fingers, got hands as big as spades. A playful love tap on your shoulder leaves bruises of several shades. She's had the cancer for years. Not long now, the doctors often said. But she chased the waiting ghost with a cigarette and shouts, "I'm not done with living yet." Auntie Jean, as said, is the eldest. The godmother, head of the sisters left behind. Got a voice you could grate a brick on, even when she's trying to be kind. I've seen her break a fight up at her do when grown men have flattened themselves against the wall, threw the perpetrators out of a party and barred them, and one of them was a daughter-in-law. The Mersey Mafia, my aunties, raised on rations and hand-me-downs, made of Scouse, Mersey water and dripping butties, and a fighting spirit these days really found. Buried their husbands too early for their liking, lost 7 siblings across the years, comforted by each other's closeness, humour masking tears. There's an army of these women in this city. You may have seen them in the shops, had your feet mangled by their trolleys as they race for the marked-down chops. They're the roots that keep us grounded, remind your family of the past. The Mersey Mafia, my aunties, and long may their bloody reign last.